Hello, hello, everybody. We've got War of the Spark bundle today. I'm not sure how often I'll be doing stuff like this, but I thought it would be cool to open it up. So I'm gonna see if this thing works. It is not designed for this. Ooh, I do have to be kind of careful though. I think I did puncture though. Yeah, once it gets in there, it will slice. So I like these, especially. I mean, I would have preferred a box, obviously. A Japanese box, even. Sorry about... I'm going to try not to move things very often in this. Yeah, but it's just... It's not the time for a box. Anyhow, we're going to go ahead and slide that out. There's that. Came with our Don't Steal thing. Joy Moss be proud. Now, what I would like to know is this going to be worth putting on my wall? Oh yeah, that's actually pretty slick. Vraska, Teferi, it looks like. Gideon and Liliana. Liliana looks crazy. That's actually really cool. That might make the cut, and it's not like the horizontal ones that are kind of awkward. We've got, of course, the book. That was not a good flip through. Let's try the other way. For this, so things I'm excited to hopefully pull would be like engineered explosives, or I think it's blast zone. Engineered explosives. These are pretty pointless, but I'm gonna try and find a way to use those somehow. All right, let's open this up here. Looks like we got a green one. These are great for holding decks, by the way. Green one. I have too many green ones, but that's fine. 10 packs. Whoa. Set those there. Popular, just kind of like hopeful tokens, I guess. Lands, which I'm kind of actually a little bit excited about these. It's Ravnica being destroyed on them, so I might not even open them, to be honest. I don't care for this that much. These have never helped me. Anyway, there's the box. These are great. These hold 3 commander decks. I guess it's the same on both sides, right? Yeah. And they're just really useful. You could probably hold maybe like 5 or 6 60 card decks without a thing, clearly. Okay, so we want a Karn for sure. A Nicol Bolas would be cool. Oh, that shook it. A Nicol Bolas would be cool. Liliana would be cool. Ugin. I've seen some cool stuff back there. We'll wait on that. Sunblade Angel. Bleeding Edge. Emergent Zone. Hey, you know what? I'll take that Sarkhan though. I was just working on getting my my dragon deck put together. So that was one that I did not mention earlier that I want. Sarkhan's a good pull. You guys drafted this on Arena, you know that it's shenanigans. I'll try and get that centered. Bond of Flourishing. That's actually pretty decent. Kiora. Single combat. Cure is actually really good. I think I have a deck for that. I'm gonna put these down here. Single combat, I probably have something to do with that. Who knows? Sarkon's the best so far. He's actually pretty decent. He's going to protect himself super well in my Dragon's deck. Trying not to get a peek at the top, you know. But I am anyway. Ingrass Rampage, I might actually have some use for that. Looks like we've got an Arlene there. And a Blast Zone. That is fresh. Did we skip a... Did we miss an uncommon in there? Oh, the D-Spark, duh. That's an uncommon. I was like, only 2. Arlene, we can maybe use her. We don't really run a lot of Proliferate commanders. Not anymore. I was a big Atraxa guy back in the day. You're probably going to start to see those soon. The Assassin's nice. Maybe I'll get Vraska. I do like the one that does some things. Now, I actually have a deck that could maybe use this Interplanar Beacon if we could get some things. Tyrant Scorn, Huatli, Living Twister. Huatli. Ooh. We might have a place for that. Actually, we do. We have the Kaineos Tiro Commander. Living Twister doesn't do a whole lot for us in terms of, like, doing anything. Whoa. We haven't got a Mythic yet. Hopefully we do. That Blast Zone was good, though. I gotta remember where my arms go, you know? Ooh, Kazmina. Oh man, I love the art on that. A zombie warrior with vigilance. Kazmina. Might actually have a place for her somewhere. Maybe in my current deck. Let me take a look at this Deliver Unto Evil. Here, first of all, that art is just banging. Alright? And then choose up to 4 target cards in your graveyard. If you control both playing or return those to your hand. Otherwise, the opponent chooses 2 of them. The chosen cards in your graveyard, put the rest into your hand. That actually could be pretty good in Commander, and it's relatively cheap costed as well, so I'll accept it. Alright, but Deliver Unto Evil, no foils yet, that's kind of a bummer, but I'll go through the commons later. Like, that Vivian's Grizzly is actually pretty decent. I say that so weird. Pretty decent. Dovin's Veto and Dovin. Ooh, that widespread brutality, if I could say that, is pretty slick. It's got to be a dedicated deck, though. I'd have to put a lot of stuff in there. A foil, our first foil, Toll of the Invasion. Dovin. I actually, I built Lavinia not too long ago, and she's the type of deck that wants that kind of effect, so kind of makes, like, the Knowledge Pool and Eye of the Storm stuff a little bit difficult for them to do. Which, surprise, surprise, that's part of the deck, right? Spark Harvest is actually, I've got some decks for that as well. Another Bond of Flourishing, a Narset, and a Storette. Actually, you know what? I'm totally fine with getting these uncommon ones right now because I'm getting a lot of the ones I'd like. Now, we're down to the last 3 packs here. Come on, Daddy just wants a Karn. It doesn't even have to be a foil. I just want a Karn. Get a Karn, we'll do a Brea deck tech that probably everybody in the world has done. That feels like a thick pack, guys. Whoops. Contentious Plan. Senate Sprint. Evolution Sage. I don't know if I have use for that. Oh. Okay, let's slow down here. We got Mowu. That's really cool. Bond of Passion. I don't know. Mowu, we may have a place for. What is he? Should be built towards it. A Johnny, though. Creatures you control have vigilance. There's actually some really good applications for that. But this foil Vivian's Arc Bow, though, right? I don't know if my camera's going to do justice for it, but that is pretty cool. Alright, we've got 2 packs left to crack a Mythic or a Karn. Foil Vivian. A lot of people were talking about it being bonkers, and I've actually played it in some constructed stuff on Arena, but nothing like super tuned. Oh, we got a Triumph. Another Spark Harvest. I like those. I have a few decks that are kind of into that. Can't complain about any of this. Silent Submersible. Nothing crazy yet. I mean, the foil Vivian's Arc Bow is a good deal, but come on, I'm going to kiss her. Although, I might kind of just extend this a little bit because I do like to build and like to talk about things I could do with some of these. So, last pack. No mythics yet. Alright. We know our Planeswalker's Ob Nixilis, so that's okay, actually. Oh. Yes. Yeah. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. It's not a Karn, though. That's a bummer, but not bad. I don't want to try and figure out the value on this just yet, but we could talk about some of these that I may keep. Make sure all this stuff stays out of the way. Let's just kind of go over these, right? God Eternal Ronus is a yes. That's a keeper for sure. I'll tell you why, because I play Rashmi, and we could drop him, double everybody's power, and potentially drop a Crater Roof in the same turn. And that way they get Vigilance and Trample, and then a huge power boost altogether. Silent Submersible. Now this one's a little bit tricky. It could go into Brea. No, maybe not. A Johnny. I do have a Selvala deck. Not too sure on anything else, though. The gain life is in there, so the vigilance allows us to attack and then parlay. Putting 1/1 counter on everything, and yeah. We could maybe figure something out for that. Storev. Storev could be good. Actually, you know what he would be good in is... Oh, by the way, look at that. That stamp is just a little bit out of the thing. In fact, that's on a few of these. Anyway, I don't think that's a big deal, but... Tasigur. We run Tasigur. It's basically a value deck like my Rashmi, which I know, like, none of this makes sense to you unless you've actually seen the decks in person, but we don't have like straight recursion in there unless we drop like a Muldrotha or a Shieldred. There may be some other things. No, not really, actually. But just ways to get other creatures back that have good ETB value. He's potential. Now, Widespread Brutality. Now, for Commander, 2 damage across the board is not that great. If I don't know. That might be one we pass on. But Deliver Unto Evil can literally go into any of my decks that have black in them. It's like, it's not bad. You know, if I were to put it into anything to get the most value, though, it would go into my Nekuzar deck, because I have every Bolus, except for, of course, this most recent one, and the M19. It could go in there, and then I would get all of the value out of it. And so that's something to think about. Living Twister, we're actually about to build a Sirach deck, but I don't think Living Twister belongs just yet. Has potential. Could save us from a Armageddon or something. Those happen occasionally. Blast Zone, definitely. We have a Traxxas deck that I'm thinking about maybe starting to work on again. Sorry, my ears just driving me bonkers. And Blast Zone is 100% there. Single Combat. Okay, so they get to pick their best offensive thing, and then they can't cast those types of spells. I would run that in Lavinia, because it's got that kind of, you know, taxing prison effect. But aside from that, I don't think I could keep doing it. I think it would be good in like a Taigam, where you get the option to... Actually, it doesn't work in Taigam at all, because we wouldn't be able to cast it. Anyway. Moving on here. Sarkhan, the Ur Dragon. Hands down, we're going to have dragons. He makes a dragon. He turns all of our planeswalkers into dragons, which after him, there's going to be 3 in there, so, yeah, definitely. Definitely looking forward to it. Vivian's Arc Bow. That goes in this pile anyway now. Marin, I'm thinking. Marin, or... Actually, we could just discard a card, so this takes a... I would actually rather run this in Rashmi, where I have the option to get some really good advantage, because I do a lot of top deck manipulation anyway, so all I have to do is decide what I want to throw into the battlefield. And there's not a lot of cast triggers in that deck anyway, aside from the Eldrazi Titans I run. This Toll of the Invasion is cool. Probably just hold on to it, but that's there. Let's talk about these guys here. I'll run through those uncommons too. Ob Nixilis probably goes into Nekuzar. Obviously, he's got the same type of text. He's removal. Forces them to draw. They take some damage. If it's in Nekuzar, they're going to take a lot of damage. So, I like the idea of him. I actually wanted one anyway, and so it's kind of cool to get one. Ashiok, same kind of deal, I think. I think that would be a good fit for almost anything blue-black. I think I like the idea of putting it into Tasigur, because we can mill ourselves, which is fine. We don't mind that. And then we can exile everyone else's graveyard, which kind of doesn't do a lot for them. But then we also have the option to get her back later with like a Muldrotha or something. So Ashiok seems good. Narset, that's another Nekuzar card. Hands down, that's where she belongs. That was a sweet pull. That deck's mostly non-creature spells, so... And not, you know, of course, you know, she's going to hit when we -2, and the fact that we can pseudo-lock our opponents out of the game is excellent. Dovin, like I said, this is a card for Lavinia, I think. Because I run the Nombo, you know, Eye of the Storm or Knowledge Pool or Omen Machine, where it locks everyone else out of the game, essentially, or puts them in a lock to a degree, I guess. Now, Kazmina. Maybe Aminatou. Was there draw a card and discard a card? Yeah, I like to see what I look for cards for Aminatou as far as Planeswalkers are concerned are the ones that let me do something with the top of my library, like draw cards or something. So, kind of negates. It kind of lets us get past that little roadblock that Aminatou presents to us in the first place. Huatli, maybe Kaineos and Tiro. Actually, that's where they would go if I ever build that deck again. Arlene. I don't really know. She's a little bit of an outlier in all of these, but Kiora could go in the Sirach deck, which would be an actual perfect deal for that.